Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Like any other countries, Indonesia also seems to have a problem about the lack of awareness about stray pets. There are millions of dogs and cats roaming around the city, and have you ever thought about how miserable those animals who didn't lucky enough to get proper home, proper foods, and should live in the world? They should eat the leftover food thrown by people and often get abused, be it get bitten or crushed intentionally, and many others more. Some of them might get lucky enough for being in animal shelters, but due to their limitation of the animal shelter, such as space, budget, it cannot accommodate every stray pet. And by this, I would like to engage everyone to think should pets be adopted than bought from a breeder. And on this special occasion, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why is it better to adopt pets rather than buy them from a breeder. The first reason is definitely you will save a life. Since there are lots of stray pets out there, adopting one obviously means something. It means that you just save a life and giving them hope and affection that they needed. They become part of your family. And imagine the impact if everyone starts doing the same thing and have this kind of consciousness. The number of abandoned animals in shelter place would get drastically lessened. And the other great thing that you didn't realize is you didn't just have one animal. Other animals would get a chance for being taken care of in shelter. And the second chance is that you will have a great pet. In animal shelter, they got treated well by the volunteer animal rescue group. And animals in shelter aren't always wild and uncontrollable like you always think. Many of them are put there just because some family problems, so they already house trained, well behaved, and used for being lived with human. With the overflowing love they have, they can be your best companion, your new best friend. And they must be happy for getting the second chance to live. And I once heard these quotes, and it's still lingering on my mind until now. It said that maybe they are just our pet, but for them you are their world. And the last but not least is it's one of the ways to fight puppy mills. Some of you might wondering what puppy mills is. According to ASPCA, a puppy mill is a large-scale commercial dog breeding operation where profit is given to priority over the well-being of the dogs. In puppy mills, puppies were sold when they're only 8 weeks old. This definitely will cause a problem because puppies hardly to survive without their mother, and in that age, puppies still need to be with their mother until they're old enough to be on their way. And not to mention that most of the breeding dogs receive minimal treatment such as small house, dirty, overcrowded cages, and no appropriate foods and fresh water where they obviously need. And everything is just a mess there. Puppy mills will keep going if people keep support it, and that's why adopting animal prevent puppy mills to keep operating. There are actually more reasons why people should adopt pets rather than buy it. But in conclusion, in my argument that I've said previously, I can conclude that there are 3 main reasons why you should adopt pets. You will save a life, you can have best friend and companion through all the good and bad days, and lastly is to fight puppy mills. We can start from ourselves. Our closest neighborhood might get interested when they see that you're applying this as a basis when you want to adopt pets. And hopefully people would get more aware about this issue and realize that animal is equally important as human. Let's start to take action by adopting them, not buying them. And by this being said, I would like to say thank you for all the attention, and I think that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.